On the latest ads I was running, I've made a huge mistake and I just found the solution, so I wanted to share it with you. When you look into Submit Hub, here's my landing page, then you will see that everything looks great, right? There's a cover, there's a title, and there are different DSPs you can listen a song on. However, when I was looking at the analytics, I only had a conversion rate of 21%, which is pretty bad. Everything above 70 is good, or it's decent. And the problem here was that sometimes I even had like 10% conversion rate. Pretty horrible results. And I didn't know what the reason was. I thought maybe the song isn't available in that country that I was targeting, but I didn't know. So then I found out that Meta made a change in the ads. So as you can see, my results were pretty good. I got like 7 cents, and so I was ready to scale it up. And duplicate the greatest results and then really drive some good traffic to the page. However, what I didn't realize is that I've made a big mistake. So one thing I always do when I release a new song, I just duplicate my latest ads, so my latest campaign for the previous song, and I just changed like some settings and some new creatives, etc. But in this case, Meta has changed how they duplicate the results you've got previously. So one mistake I did is that the Advantage Plus setting was activated automatically. I didn't even do it when I copied it, when I duplicated the previous campaign. However, it automatically did it and I didn't realize it. But this is a huge mistake. So if you go into the ad settings and you scroll down to the section of the target group, target audience, where you can add the settings, then there's this age range of 18 to 65. And this is the age range I usually use. However, if it's at 65 plus, Advantage Plus is automatically activated. So what you have to do is you have to change the age range to something different. For example, you would change it to 64, and suddenly the Advantage Plus setting is deactivated. And this is what we want. However, while this setting isn't necessarily helping you, it wasn't the biggest mistake I've made, because there was another Advantage Plus setting that really killed my conversion. So we have to scroll down a little bit more, and then we will come to the placement section. And what we have to do is we click on more settings, see more settings. And what happened is that all platforms were activated, all devices were activated, and all placements were activated, because the Advantage Plus setting was activated, and I didn't know that. So what I did is I went to platforms and I had to deselect Facebook. This is the most important one, audience network, threads, and Messenger. We only want to see our ads on Instagram because it's the most effective. And once we have done that, Advantage Plus is finally deactivated, and then the ad isn't shown to 65-year-olds who are only clicking on the ad by accident on the audience network, because that was like 80% of my traffic, and this really sucked. And I spent like a few $100. I think it was like 1/3 of my budget on basically the audience network, because Meta pushed me into this. So if you want to save this money, then just copy the settings I've just shown you and everything will be alright. Also, don't be afraid to turn it off and think about the raising ad costs, because in the end it will be more efficient, and also the ad cost doesn't have to rise a lot necessarily. For example, for my ad, I still get like 7 cents on my best one so far, and as you can see, I turn it off. So A- is just like Advantage Plus. So A- just means that I turned Advantage Plus off. And as you can see, 7 cents is still a great result. However, now I have a 70% conversion rate and not a 21% conversion rate. So this really is helping me, and now I just have to adapt to it. Next time I will know it, and next time you will know it too, so you don't have to spend money on ads to boomers that aren't your target audience and who only click on accident on your ad. I hope this video could help you. I've created a guide, a free guide you can download to optimizing creatives down below. Feel free to check it out, and see you next time.